and last series of the day. Two teams that don't yet have a series win in the circuit. It is Unitas versus Spacestation Gaming.
I found out the answer to the question. It's Ticki, as I thought.
Ticki.
So,
okay.
yeah, think
Good to know.
Yeah, Ticki. He said it's fine either way, but I think he was just being nice. It's Ticki. So here we go. Unitas are going to be locking in the Subtlety Rogue. So Subtlety Rogue, Holy Priest, Fire Mage, and they play this composition very explosive, very aggressive. Spacestation Gaming locking in their patented Holy Priest, Windwalker, Monk, and Arms Warrior. So a bit of an unexpected composition. They are going after Chunli early on. Let's see how he handles this pressure. Using the Transcendence with the Fortifying Brew, I do believe. And it looks like he will be able to survive this opener. Now a big setup coming in. Nice grip there by Oxygen, freeing CMD from all that burst damage to make a swap on Aiden. They get the Trinket and Evasion. A really explosive start here for Spacestation Gaming. Unitas on the back foot.
Nice pressure here from Spacestation Gaming, but Unitas now have a chance to strike back. What are they going to do? They need crowd control onto Ticki. He's got that holy ward right now. Aiden actually looking for a re-stealth. Double fear coming, triple fear coming out from Smexxin. He's going in battle stance. He's all over CMD. Sean is trying to reconnect there as well now with the Fist of Fury, with the damage. Nice Dragon's Breath into the kidney shot. There's a full stun onto Ticki. Big damage onto Chan, and he's just going to get absolutely destroyed. Unitas comes out, game number 1, takes him down in a minute.
Wow.
Unitas is good.
Easy game that was. Yeah, Unitas definitely is good. I mean, the start wasn't great for them. They really didn't force too many cooldowns. I want to double check. I feel like Chunli, let's see what build he was playing. No, he wasn't. Okay, so it seemed like the stuns were really, really short on him, but it's just an Orc with the Sephu, so it was pretty short, but yeah, the opener, not bad there. It seemed like Spacestation Gaming, they managed to reverse the pressure, kind of force Unitas defensive, but Unitas eventually was able to just reverse it. I'm kind of curious to see how many cooldowns Chunli had. Is there any way they could have prevented this setup? Because, I mean, right now, Chunli has basically everything. CMD's been gripped away. Aiden's forced to use his Trinket and his Evasion. This is kind of what I'm talking about, where they force them into a very defensive position, but Unitas is just kind of biding their time, waiting for a setup. Let's see what they do. Where's the crowd control onto Ticki? Aiden runs away, and it's the triple intimidating shout. CMD tries to set it up, and it's at this point in the map where Chunli goes down. So double Dragon's Breath and a smoke bomb. Chunli has the Trinket, and he gets cheap shot on his Trinket. An absolute disaster for Spacestation Gaming. They had all the answers, but a beautiful play by Aiden gets them the win.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Unitas 1-0 right now. Spacestation Gaming need to figure something out here if they don't want to lose this series again, 0-3. If you look at the history of this team right now in the circuit, these guys, unfortunately, Spacestation Gaming have yet to win a single game so far in the circuit. So even if they could get a couple of games here off Unitas, that would be good things for them. But like I said before this match started, neither of these teams yet have won a series in the circuit, so I'm definitely curious to see who comes out on top here. But so far, it looks like Unitas is looking pretty good right now in this series. Spacestation Gaming, do we want to see these guys, Subatees, switch up off of this composition?
It don't really matters if I don't think it matters what I want to see, because they just never change. Seems like this is just they're just going to lock this in every game, even if I would rather see something else. I don't think there is anything else, though. This might not even be that bad. I still wouldn't mind seeing Ret Warrior from them at least once throughout this circuit to see Thugonomicz come in. But my best guess is that we're just seeing Windwalker, Warrior, Priest. They're going to only play that. They're going to try and master it. They're going to try and figure out how to make it work. And if they can't, then obviously they'll ultimately fail. But if they can, then perhaps they establish themselves as a team. But yeah, I would doubt they're going to change anything at this point.
Yeah, you're right. It's just something that we haven't really seen them do. I think I can't even remember the last time that we saw Thug step out here with Spacestation Gaming. So we'll have to see if they continue on that streak. But I mean, you know, we kind of touched on it a little bit before we went to a break. Ticki, their newest member right now, still kind of finding his stride within this team. They no longer have Gore, which is certainly going to change the dynamic with a team. So maybe within this series, this is something that they could do here and get a little bit more comfortable with their new roster, but we'll have to see if putting in that time is going to pay off here in game number 2. About 30 seconds left to choose their comp. Looks like pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what you
One
would
difference.
expect to see. Wait, what is the
Another
difference?
disc race.
I've got
Yeah.
I got something covering up the screen where Ticki is. I can't see the spec, so.
The spec is the only thing that changed. I kind of wonder if Chunli's going to be changing what Covenant he plays. We saw Trill kind of struggle to survive against Unitas until he switched over to the Necrolord, so getting some of the safety net of that frictionless coding so you don't die in stuns as easily might be an option for him, because it seems like the pressure from the Arms Warrior and the Windwalker Monk obviously really, really strong. The other thing we could see is just try maybe to respect those offensive cooldowns. I mean, it was a large amount of burst. He did get cheap shot on his trinket, but I think maybe Smexxin or him could have used something a little bit sooner to try to survive and not get, taken down in such a surprise moment. Because I think the main advantage, we talked about it yesterday for Spacestation Gaming and their composition, there's not that many advantages, but the one thing that they do have going for them is their consistent damage is really high. Both the Arms Warrior and the Windwalker Monk, they pack a punch. So if they can stay on the target, they can live. That's ultimately going to be what wins them the game. They just have to figure out a way to live.
All right, well, let's see if they figure it out here. Game number 2, Spacestation Gaming looking to tie this one up here. Ticki is switching off of that Holy Priest onto the Disc Priest. Is that going to be the ticket to tie this one up?
The ticket to tie this one up. Nice one.
Oh, that wasn't even on purpose. I
just
swear.
play it.
Oh, no, you don't have to.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
That was a...
Shocky.
Oh, Ticki might be the ticket here. They're going after it. Big damage coming out here. Triple DR stun coming out with the combustion from CMD and Aiden as well. But they only let themselves the pain suppression right there, so they don't get too many big cooldowns. Smexxin now in big necro mode, looking for Aiden here, looking for CMD as well. They got a Stormbolt onto Oxygen, but they're not able to find a target. Aiden, early evasion, early evasive maneuvers from CMD as well with those blinks. And now I wonder, are they going to go after Chun or are they going to go after Ticki? It looks like they're going after Chun. There's the smoke bomb. Here comes the damage. But this time there is an intervene on Chun, and Chun is not going to have to even trade out the trinket. So nice shutdown there by Smexxin. And this game is looking pretty good so far for Spacestation Gaming.
I want a shadowy duel on Smexxin. If he even looks to go into battle stance, stun, shadowy duel, shadow blades, kill him 100-0 with no trinket. I really want to see that happen here. I think Smexxin might be in battle stance right now. They're going to blind. There's the kidney shot. Where's the duel? They're not committing the duel just yet. Cold blood, big damage, no shadow blades. Maybe baiting cooldowns. They do bait the die by the sword. And they got Ticki's trinket. They could do it to either Ticki or Smexxin at this point. I mean, this game should be in the bag. They've got combustion coming off cooldown. As long as they can just stay alive to the next stun lock. Almost anyone except Chunli. Just don't go after Chunli, and you've pretty much got a win here. Neither Smexxin nor Ticki has a way to save themselves from that shadowy duel of the Subsea Rogue, and Aiden is just in stealth, waiting to find a target. Who's he going to go after? He's like a shark under the water. I can just hear the Jaws theme. Dun, 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 dun. And now polymorph onto Ticki. Where is Aiden going to go? Is it going to be on Ticki?
Warbanner.
Oh, kill off the banner. They're trying to sap Chunli, I think. They got cheap shot. Chunli breaks out. Banish, fear.
Double
Who
fear.
are they going to go after? Pick
Ticki's
a target.
dead.
There it is. It's
Goodbye,
Ticki.
Ticki.
The shark strikes.
That was... we could just see that one coming. I mean, Unitas, they played that one extremely well. They got the cooldowns that they needed. The first setup was pain suppression. I don't remember exactly when they managed to pull the trinket from Ticki, but once you get the trinket, once you get the pain suppression, Discipline Priest is incredibly vulnerable. And the problem is, I mean, there's a couple problems with Spacestation Gaming's composition, but it's so easy for them to get the double crowd control on the Warrior and the Windwalker Monk, isolate a target, go after it. So It's scary because, I mean, if they go after CMD and they get caught in a double Dragon's Breath, then all of a sudden it's a 3 versus 1 situation. There's not really too much they could do. I feel like Spacestation Gaming kind of knew what was coming, but the way Unitas played it, there's basically nothing they could do to avoid it.
Yeah, so what they did was they opened on Ticki, they got the pain suppression, then they smoke bombed Chunli, Smexxin trinketed to save him, then they did a setup onto Smexxin with blind tap onto Ticki, Ticki trinketed, and then here you can see it, they get a sheep, they get another sheep, they try to preempt the banner, full sheep onto Smexxin, and it doesn't matter if Chunli trinkets, it's just a Windwalker, he doesn't have intervene, and it's going to be a combustion, and that's going to be an offensive ice block, and that's going to be a Unitas 2-0.
Okay, bit of a frustrating moment right now for Spacestation Gaming. This is their last opportunity here heading into game number 3 to try and get at least one game win in here. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what they decide to do. But, you know, unfortunately, as we've seen and as you guys have already mentioned, this isn't really a team that we've seen switch up their composition too often. So given that, what do we want to maybe see them do differently heading into game number 3?
They don't have a good
Swap
option.
comp.
It's I mean, other than
What?
changing comp, they don't have a good option because as soon as they press the Necro banner and as soon as they press Zwen, it's just, all right, all hands on deck, get out of here, avoid this, and if we do, then we're not going to die. So it just seems too predictable. Like this comp might have been able to get a surprise win with this Necrolord banner warrior with Zwen damage and all that mastery on the monk, but it seems like Unitas are prepared for it. If they're prepared for it, then not really going to have much of a chance.
Okay, well, let's see what they do here. We're going to get that draft process started shortly, but it kind of looks like Unitas, you know, despite, tell me what you guys think, you know, we kind of predicted it. We talked about it a little bit before we went to this break. It seems like Unitas is ramping up a little bit. I mean, does it seem like they're playing a bit of a different game here from when we last saw them, or is this just a better matchup for these guys against Spacestation Gaming, Zico?
Well, I think it's both, right? I think Unitas, they have been, like, they have the potential, they have the players, you know, we've seen them. Sometimes they just show up out of nowhere and take down one of the, you know, the biggest names that we have. But a lot of the time, I think their problem is the consistency. But lately in the circuit, it has looked like they've been getting better and better, especially with that last cup as well. They started bringing in Assassination Rogue, they started bringing in Holy Priest, and you can see that they're getting really comfortable with it. Their gameplay looks clean. They're on the same page. But of course, as well, I think the fact that Ticki doesn't have like a Holy Paladin, I think a Holy Paladin would be a lot better in this matchup. You would just have a little bit more answers at least. Sorry, man?
I was going to say, he actually is like 3,100 on Paladin, so I'm
Well,
surprised.
why is he feeding on his priest then?
I don't know. He plays Paladin.
Well, maybe you should log it. It's just a suggestion here. They're down two losses right now with the priest. I don't know. I feel like this could be a good time to change it to the Paladin and see how
Experiment.
that goes.
Get crazy. Yeah. Take a risk. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like this kind of reminds me of what like Rogue Mage 2s looks like. You play against like a really good Rogue Mage in 2s, where when they're playing against you, it just feels like they have total control. Like at any moment, you're just gonna get Dragon's Breath sheeped, the other person's gonna get stunned and deleted, and you have to trade a cooldown. It's just that 3-4 times in a row, you just lose the game. And I don't know, Spacestation Gaming, they have to somehow disrupt what Unitas is doing, but with the way Unitas is playing it, it's just so clean in their execution. It really doesn't feel like Spacestation Gaming has a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, well, they have even less room to work with on this map. Let's see what they end up going for here. Aiden actually getting stunned. Ticki with the mind games. Here comes big damage onto Aiden. Well, how is he going to respond? He trades out the evasion. That should be enough. He gets gripped back by Oxygen as well. Definitely not the opener that you want to have here when you're the Rogue Mage Priest, opening up by trading out the evasion. But this is going to allow CMD to get kind of aggressive on that mage. Let's see, who are they going to go after? This is the opportunity to double Dragon's Breath, maybe Smexxin and Chan, CC Smexxin, and go after Ticki. The kick onto Mind Control is going to land. Aiden, he's trying to set it up. There's the Dragon's Breath, and there's the sheep onto Chunli. Let's see, now Aiden getting a restuff here. Cheap shots off the Holy Ward of Ticki. Gets disarmed by Smexxin. Now full sheep onto Smexxin. There's a stun onto Ticki. They're going to go after Chunli. Chun trinketing here outside of the smoke bomb, outside of the shadowy duel. This could be big. They get a full sheep there onto Ticki as well. They could force more personal cooldowns from Chunli, and that's going to be fantastic for Aiden later on if he decides to go for that shadowy duel one-shot.
All right, re-stealth from Aiden. See who he's going to go after. No trinket on Chunli. Shadowy duel. The one shot you're talking about, just waiting in the wings right now. Again, a shark underwater. They're going to go for it. They're holding on to it. Aiden's just going to use Door of Shadows, retreat, re-stealth, go back underneath the water, and you're not going to even see the fin as he's sneaking up on hook point. A fitting place for the shark Aiden, who is just lurking beneath the tides. Where is he going to strike? It's likely on Chunli, and it could be a quick kill here. Can they set it up? They stun up Ticki. They're trying to get off that holy ward, baiting it out. Aiden gets stunned. Is he going to trinket and turn it around? He's in a bit of trouble. Huge damage coming in. Fainting at 50%. May not be enough. Guardian Angel comes in from oxygen, beginning to recover. They're starting to lose that opportunity. Chunli is just playing full defense at this point. Surprisingly, Spacestation Gaming actually are winning by a large margin on mana. But if they don't set up this win, there's the triple stun. There's the shadowy duel. That is a KO. Unitas 3-0.
Oxygen, he is very pleased with that one. I mean, it's just so rough. I feel like Spacestation Gaming, in all honesty, their composition kind of has no chance into what Unitas is running. That's not to take anything away from Unitas, because I feel like they executed basically perfectly with their setups. It looked really, really good. They were patient when they needed to be, and when they found opportunities, they managed to strike. And I like the fact that they mixed it up on different targets, really keeping Spacestation Gaming guessing.
Yeah, totally agree. It's honestly really heartbreaking seeing what Spacestation Gaming is growing through. You know, they've got the meta kind of going against them. This was going to be a difficult matchup for them, considering, you know, Unitas as a team, and, you know, with Ticki being a newer player to the AWC, he's got some big shoes to fill as well. So, you know, props to them. They did their best. So maybe we see a win from them next weekend.
Yeah, and I mean, here the shark, Aiden, he's a little bit out of the water. You can kind of see his fin, but they're setting it up here. Dragon's Breath is about to come here. There's a counter spell on Smexxin, full sheep on the Smexxin, full kidney shot on the Chun, full stun onto Ticki, shadowy duel. Aiden is gonna just put Chun, he's just gonna be sleeping with the fishes after that one.
Man, these